Hello peeps and hello peppers! The hat is finished and I actually thought I might like a shot that looks like as if the fire was coming out of the hat, because I have like so many thoughts and so many plans, and sometimes it's like difficult to put all of them into words. This might also be a shorter video because I can't put everything into clear words right now. It's sort of like an explosion of thoughts, of like non-linear thinking. Okay, of course now the fire is detaching from the hat again. Thanks for commenting on the hat. It's actually, let's say, it was kind of a life journey to make it. Even though it looks very unprofessional, but this is like also how my life works. It looks unprofessional, and I'm just throwing things into the universe. Let's say when I have to deliver thoughts professionally to someone, I usually practice with people beforehand, like people who I know well. But okay, this is just YouTube. This is just this is just YouTube. Like, of course there are professional YouTubers, but let's say in this here and now, early 2025, I'm still using this to sort through my thoughts and to ramble a little bit. And if like one thing that I say brings someone out there ahead in life, then that's wonderful. And if not, let's talk more clearly about what you want me to talk about. Think. Don't you see my thoughts, like trying to find a way, like not along the lines, but really, yeah. I am watching like way too much tarot reading stuff now. Like, I know we are not supposed to take this literally, but I kind of also want to learn this for myself. I only have one tarot deck, and that's like that with the goddesses. But actually, one of my plans for this year is to design a sort of a little bit touristy tarot deck. And I had such a lovely conversation with my friend about, like, she would kind of give me a little reward if I finally finish the first part of writing my crime comedy trilogy yet in January. And it would be really smart to finish that in January, because February is NaNoWriMo is like a International Correspondence Writing Month. And I didn't write books for many years because I was so busy with the pen paling, and then like the pen paling became increasingly difficult, and I would say like some parts of this pen paling culture became quite toxic. So but then one of these tarot videos that I saw with such a beautiful, like, old-fashioned animal picture deck said the person who read the cards was seeing a post office. And actually, that's why I decided consciously to attend like a social meeting point that was like right across from a post office today. And that resulted in some really good conversations, because I hadn't seen those people in a while, and the conversation was basically like, the conversation from my side was about like choosing more consciously what I want to do in this group, and also like saying more precisely, I need help with this and this, and I can do this and that alone, and I need to make decisions about this and that. So I actually really enjoyed that, because let's say when I sound more clear, I also get totally different feedback. Of course, there are days where I can't talk in one straight line, and I'm also kind of calling on people's patience and people's respect if that doesn't work. But when my thoughts are sort of exploding, then I'm trying to draw them, because drawing always means a certain structure. Like, I'm always pointing out this film, The Mill and the Cross, where someone spent, I think, 16 years, like, even just sketching a composition of a painting that was supposed to be a social comment, with a lot of small details, like many more small details than I could or would ever make. And like, let's say the things were happening while the person was observing. And as far as I remember, the talk with the director from years back, the film was also a little bit of a protest against this, like, modern art where you put a patch of color on a canvas and that's the entire artwork. So, of course, I have mixed feelings about that, because sometimes I really want to make a piece of art with a message really quickly. But I have also, like, at some point read a newspaper article about someone who still does like classical oil painting in today's time, that are supposed to be social comments. And this person, I forgot the name totally, but they said that like, oil painting also means producing quality, because the like, the paint dries so slowly, and because you have to kind of really think what you paint. So let's say that's totally the opposite end of the spectrum from what I'm doing. Like, I'm trying to do these, like, light sketches with the watercolor, and then like, little by little that develops in these really chunky animals that actually have more layers than they appear to have. And like, recently I also watched a YouTube video where someone said they made art to create a community, and that was a really nice thought. So what can I say? Like, I am kind of busy trying to find my place in the community, also by telling people what I don't want. So I would say a post office in some kind of tarot cards. For me, it means, like, slow motion. It means, like, quality. Like, let's say writing letters is the oil painting of the email world, if that makes sense. And I like writing, like, let's say, one long letter a week, like, unless there is, of course, an event, like either a live event or a letter writing event where the time is limited, where you can overview the event, and where the people would actually control or also, like, celebrate with you when you have your letters posted. Of course, throwing this into the universe, posting mail art, wonderful. Posting other people's addresses without their consent, no. Um, so yes, I'm looking forward to February, to making and potentially getting a lot of mail art, because I always have a newspaper article for everything that I read at some point. So I've read that mail art was actually invented in the 80s, and I like 80s stuff. So, and mail art was kind of a protest against this, like, elitary art world. Um, because everybody could participate in mail art, and, like, I will have to find this article again because it was really interesting. Um, it was also like used by the queer community because like if I understand that right, the queer community didn't always have access to the mainstream art world. um and actually like a couple of years ago I did a male art exhibition in a queer community center, um sort of, I wouldn't say to commemorate that, but to continue the spirit of everybody can create some art with something simple that you have in the house. I realize postage prices are, of course, skyrocketing, and like in the age of email, the letter that you physically have in your hand becomes a luxury. But I would say we can treat ourselves and each other to that luxury every so often, just to slow down and to sort through our thoughts. Like, to me, handwriting is a totally different process than computer writing. And actually, when I am running out of ideas for my book in my computer, I am handwriting in my zillion notebooks, especially into this purple one with the velvet, feels like purple velvet. Um, and yeah, I wish for you that you can write something into your book of life, whatever that looks like for you, that gives you fulfillment and joy and helps you slow down and observe. I'll see you when I see you. Bye bye.